Happy Monday. What's going on, guys? It's Ricky with TechBit Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having an amazing start to your week. A lot of opportunities have presented themselves today, and I want to jump into my screen so we can quickly talk about them. The first thing is NASDAQ, although it is slightly in the red, it's actually not performing too bad. It's just had a really sharp push up. It's looking a little bit on the overbought side intraday, but again, working its way back to the green. We'll see if this overbought reversal kind of actually sets itself up, but this is not the headline for the day. Where the selling pressure is actually kicking in is MicroStrategy, and for all the Bitcoiners, whatever it is that you want to call them. I opened up a small short position right now. I unfortunately was a little too focused on shorting Oklo this morning. I walked away with $5,000 in the green. But my new focus right now is MSTR. I literally just opened it up as it ran up to the EMA and is beginning to show signs of lower highs and lower lows. I opened up a small short position, about 1,400 shares, about $220,000 shorting MicroStrategy. And we'll see if it breaks above EMA. I'll close out the short, as again, it does have it is more on the oversold side within the day. And if Bitcoin begins to recover, it can give MicroStrategy the environment to also recover. So I have to respect that. But it looks like things are kind of falling apart for Michael Saylor today. So if more selling pressure does kick in, who knows? Maybe MicroStrategy can sell off 15 to maybe 20% on the day because it's not looking good. You might be like, well, what exactly is going on? Why is there so much panic going on with crypto? Today is the beginning of the end for MicroStrategy. Saylor was forced to sell stock, not to buy Bitcoin, but to buy US dollars merely to fund MSTR's interest and dividend obligations. The stock is broken, the business model is a fraud, and Saylor is the biggest con man of all Wall Street. And again, everyone is talking about this, even people who are incredibly bullish on Bitcoin. Michael Saylor has just established, again, they try to make it sound super positive, which it's not. Reserve of $1.44 billion of dividend payment. Right now, Strategy needs to pay $750 million in annual dividends. This means that Strategy now has enough to cover 23 months of dividend payments. I want to remind you that MicroStrategy is such a terrible business that it now needs to sell its own stock, not for its original plan of buying Bitcoin, because if you've noticed, as Bitcoin has been selling off, the time that it probably makes the most sense to buy Bitcoin, that's not what they're doing. Right? Because they have no more money left. What do you call that? When you have to continue to offer something in return to then get money to cover your current kind of expenses. It's a Ponzi scheme, right? That's all MicroStrategy ever has been. And I want to remind you, this isn't my first time talking about MicroStrategy. I began making videos about MicroStrategy when it was pumping to highs of $500 per share back in 2024. And people then said, I don't understand the company, that I'm just spreading FUD. A few months later, it's one of the worst performing stocks of 2025. It's down over 60% in just the past 3 months, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's down 64%. For what? What has MicroStrategy done? It has not made new all-time highs in 2025, yet Bitcoin has made numerous all-time highs. And this is what we've said in the past before, that Michael Saylor would be the main reason that crypto crashes so aggressively. And in my opinion, this is just the beginning. A lot of people are talking about it. Now, of course, crypto is crashing as a whole. As of right now, we're pulling back, to say the least, right? Entire crypto markets are retracing as uncertainty begins to present itself. And it says the exact reason markets just crash. And it shows a series of either institutions that are selling and dumping a ton of their Bitcoin. This was a coordinated dump is what they're saying. And then it shows the overall transactions in the past 24 hours. Let me make this very clear. We've talked about it before. It's just like the stock market. During uncertain times, it's always the most speculative assets that get sold first. And because of that, I am not surprised that during an uncertain time right before Jerome Powell is supposed to speak today, right? For those that do not know, today at 20, what is that exactly? Eastern time. If I'm not mistaken, that is going to be right around like 8 p.m. Eastern time. It looks like Jerome Powell is going to speak. And based off of what it is that he says will determine if markets continue to sell off or if markets begin to recover. So again, a very crucial time to just be cautious. Bitcoin, as of right now, has hit lows of 83,000. Again, I'm not a big Bitcoiner myself. I don't necessarily believe in Bitcoin, but nonetheless, other people do. We've made it very clear in the past before, even back in 2024. If you like Bitcoin, buy the actual asset itself. Buy Bitcoin. Why would you ever buy MicroStrategy that dilutes you, borrows against your shares, doesn't offer you the same return, and has one of the worst performing stocks of 2025? Again, because you were convinced by Michael Saylor and his cult-like following that it was the ultimate money glitch. Now, at least he got one thing straight. It is the ultimate money glitch to lose money, because there is not one stock that has sold off as aggressive and as consistent as MicroStrategy. And it seems like right now it's really kind of just the beginning of what can lead to the end of MicroStrategy. So I'm very excited to follow up. Again, remember, this is how MicroStrategy is trading during a bull market, right? NASDAQ markets are incredibly bullish. Imagine if overall markets begin to sell off. Let me plant that seed in your brain. Imagine overall markets begin to sell off. How do you think then MicroStrategy and crypto will begin to trade? Food for thought. Again, our main focus is very simple: to look out for beginners. That just like back in 2024, when MicroStrategy was pumping for no reason, when it had no real business, we shedded light on the uncertainty. Not because we're right every single time, but because there's a reason to be uncertain. In a market full of greed, know when to be cautious at overbought levels. And I'm always happy to look out for beginners. And that's exactly what we do with our LPP team. So again, I trade live every single morning. If you want to watch me trade live, we have our Cyber Monday sale going on. It's $300 off. It's one of the biggest discounts that we will ever offer. It's a one-time payment for lifetime access. We have people that signed up back in 2018 that still watch me trade live every single day today, and they only paid once. So whenever you're ready, second link in the description down below. You can sign up today and watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow, right? So if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below, and feel free to share your thoughts about MicroStrategy down in the comment section. But again, remember, markets, NASDAQ is overbought on the day. If NASDAQ begins to retrace, that will most likely only further exacerbate the problem that MicroStrategy currently has. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, team, and a happy Monday.